All right, there we go. You're all laughing at me. There's Jared, and we'll put everybody on here. Jared's here. Jared Van Oos is here. Matt Wolf is here, both from the Allan Scott Band. But tonight you're just guys, man. You're not under Allan Scott tonight. You're business owners, graphic designers, college students, all kinds of things. We're good to be back on Tuesday night. We've been preparing for this, and it's been fun to have you guys on. We have a bunch of people following now, and we have a good show tonight. We have Evan Dixon coming on. We have, who else am I missing here? Is that it? That's all of us, right? Alan, how are you doing?
I'm good on Al.
Bob, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, feeling well. How are you doing, Bob? You feeling
your hair
feeling better?
I am. Your hair is looking good tonight.
Oh, is it? Yeah, your hair is looking. You look like a grandpa. I
do. Everybody's. I think the close up of the hair is rough on me. There's no question about it.
Hey, Bob, what are you wearing? Are you wearing your grandpa jeans tonight?
I am wearing my. You're lucky I'm wearing jeans. I've been wearing wear shorts lately, but are you guys in your pajamas? Are you wearing jeans? Are you out and about?
Pajamas, man.
Look at that. Do you sleep in your band outfit? All in black?
This is what I wear, man. This is it.
Dude, that's awesome. Awesome. Evan Dixon is here from South Carolina, Concord Baptist. He's our kind of co-host. He's the man. He's been helping me out, doing all kinds of neat things with his son, Noah. And we're glad to have you guys all here tonight. It's fun being on Born to Be Brave Live. I wish we were out on tour together, but we're not. So we're doing the next best thing, which is kind of hanging out here tonight together. It's good to see you guys again.
Well, Bob, following up from last show, we had some good Lego entrants, and let's go ahead and can we check out a few of our Lego guys? I think some of them are actually tuned in on Facebook. So let's go ahead and see some of those Lego creations from last show. Yeah, here we go.
A Lego challenge.
First up, which one we got here? Ben Sheeran.
Oh, look at that. That's cool looking.
That's dope.
That's sweet.
Yep.
Nice work. That's mean looking.
Let's see what else we got.
Legos when I was a kid were a lot different.
We were making up like brick walls.
Yeah, it was like, that's a cool wall.
Can we make a house? Can we make a wall? A sidewalk? I did a lot of, pancakes, sidewalks.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Here's Silas. It looks like a whole city going on.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it is cool.
That's
Let's check out a rock wall for the band to
Yeah,
climb.
the basketball court.
Wall.
That's awesome.
That's cool. That's really cool. Look at it. Was that a car elevator? It's a car in the driveway. Good job, guys. Thanks for participating. And we'd love for you to participate on the chat on the side too. So you can ask Alan and any of the guys questions tonight. If you have questions about the band or anything we talk about, be sure to ask in the chat, because that kind of makes it fun for everybody and it makes you part of our show. So thanks, Silas, for sending that picture, and this is fantastic. Any more, Evan?
Yep, let's see a couple more here.
Oh,
Noah Young.
Oh, is that a functioning catapult?
Yeah, looks like it. And that guy, they definitely have better headgear on the Legos now too. Check out all those hats, wings.
Nice. I think they have a working catapult, which I'm gonna see if they can send us a good video of. I'd like to see that, Noah. I'd like to see you send that in, a good video, and we would show it on B2BB Live here.
And the category was totally freestyle, but this last one, they really went with the B2BB theme. Let's check it out.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And I'm pretty sure they're on right now. So Gideon and Lambden, sweet job on this one. Looking very nice.
You guys nailed it.
Look at that. And it's working too.
It's got a power switch and everything.
We're going to have Gideon and Landon on Thursday or Saturday, whichever show they can make, hopefully Thursday, and see if we can get this thing running. I've been shopping at Goodwill. Actually, that's my garage because I can't, we're distancing, but we need to find something really small from Goodwill, maybe like an eggshell. You can crash that thing.
Well, it looks like there's a Grammy or something on there. I can't tell what that is.
Oh,
yeah.
That's I think that was a Ravens fan or something.
I think that's Alan's Emmy, is what that is. I think that's
what Emmy?
Wish I had an Emmy for you to crush, my man.
His Dove Award, I think, is something like that.
Yeah.
So. All right. Oh, it's a cat.
It's a cat.
Oh, it's a cat. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks. That makes the show really fun. That's really a cool honor there to see that. That's really. I may be purchasing some of these. These guys might be. I might have to commission some of these things. That'd be nice to have in the office. So, hey, thanks, Evan. We're gonna again want you guys to chat on the side if you get a chance, asking any questions or making any comments at all. But I want to bring Allan up to the front here and just ask Allan some questions. Allan's a good friend and has really helped make our tour fantastic. Allan, we have a situation where you had to cancel a lot of your shows too, along with ours.
Yeah.
And, what's that mean to your ministry?
Well, I mean, traveling, events are like the lifeblood of what we do. So we're just, we've had, all of our events in March, all of our events in April, events in May, now events in June are canceling. So it's just a faith walk. But I do believe that God is going to work some good out of this. I just, we're just taking it one day at a time, one step at a time. And, it's one of these things where, we're powerless over the situation. And so we just got to kind of like, we just got to roll with the punches, man.
You should write a song called Powerless.
Powerless?
Yeah, like Fearless.
Well, I could do that. I have we'll just sub it in. You could sub a lot of things in there, Bob.
I know you can. We make that a little sport on the ride. We were riding from, where were we coming from? Yosemite or the Redwoods, and me and Matt and Jared and the guys did a lot of all kinds of stuff. When they come back on, I'm going to ask them some of the things we substituted for Fearless.
Yeah, what, did you get a license for that?
A license for substituting?
Yeah, because we got to change the song.
Well, I was coming up tonight. I was walking around my driveway at night. There's usually a lot of animals in it, but tonight we were deerless.
Oh, that's great.
No deer in this thing. So
that's great.
Hey, so Allan, so we're praying for you to be able to, this is a time when supporters, it's nice for supporters of the band and people like that to make sure they follow you and follow ministries that are going through this, because it's kind of unprecedented to be shocked in a matter of a day or two to have your whole year reconfigured.
Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's this is probably one of the biggest. I don't think anyone's seen anything like this in their lifetime. And it's just like one of those things where, we're just figuring it out. I mean, my wife's even the same kind of situation where both of what we do is tied to get people being able to gather. And so, it's just a really interesting time. But I'm just trusting God. We're just trusting God, taking it one step at a time.
We have a lot of sons on here, students that are not as old as you and,
right.
Or me. And this is a once out of like 7 or 10 or 12 year or 15-year deal, but it's really a once in 100-year deal that they're going through early.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, and it's really I think the thing that's really interesting about things now is that everything is so intertwined globally. So like all of the, markets and stuff like that. And it's just going to be really interesting to see the economic kind of stuff that comes out of this. But I think there'll be unique opportunities, I think God's going to provide unique opportunities. I mean, look, we're online here.
Yeah.
And
we're reaching an audience. Most people don't watch the show live. They watch it. A couple thousand of people have so far watched most of the shows, or over 1,200 to 2,000, which is a lot of people that we haven't seen in the past.
Right.
And a lot bigger than our shows are. So in some ways, we're going to see more people than ever and deliver more content than ever. That's a pretty cool deal when normally we only get to see them for 2.5 hours a year or every other year at a show. This is a thing I think God is providing to us. But I want to get back to how you started the band. And again, if we have any questions about that from the audience, but when did you start playing music, Allan?
Well, I started when I was 11 years old, which was back in 1923. And I started when I was 11. I tell a story a lot at our shows, but I mean my younger brother, who is like, he's big and he's a lot bigger than me, and taller, but he was smaller than I was at the time, and I stole his guitar and I just stole it and I began to play. I remember it was this summer. I was a bad older brother, but over the summer, and I would just play that guitar for hours a day, man. I just fell in love with it. So that's when I started, and really just have not really stopped since then, except I took a detour in my life and went down some bad roads, and I stopped playing guitar for, songwriting there for a little bit, but pretty much from the time I was 11 on, I was just into it.
Yeah, I think you're amazing to me, Allan, because you went through that. You started young with that band, and then came out to be a very, successful band businessman, writing great songs, understanding the music, understanding how you manage a band, and that's not easy. There's not a lot of bands that continue on and see so many people in a year with such a good ministry behind it, not just the songs.
Yeah, thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. Yeah, there's been a lot of there's been lots of challenges like along the road. And but I feel like God, he put a desire in my heart to do it. So I've just been able to persist at it and learn and grow, basically learn everything not to do.
Right.
You learn to do some good things along the way. So, but yeah, it's been really fun.
When did you start the band and find this motley band of ragamuffins that you carry with you?
Well, that's a hard question to answer. So I really started the band. It was 2003. 2001 was when I kind of got
one of the ragamuffins right there. So
it's a ragamuffin. That's right. 2001 was kind of when God started changing my life, and then I got asked to come onto my local church worship team in 2003. And they only had me join the team. I wasn't good. They just had me in the team because they knew there's this one guy, he knew he was going to have me at church on Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Friday night. So it was like I was there. So, but I met a couple guys on the team, and we just started playing together, and I started writing songs. And then fast forward a few years, I was in a rock band. I thought I was Bon Jovi for a while.
What was the band called?
It was called Anasis.
Okay.
Hey, this is back in the days when Creed was a thing, man. I thought I was Scott Stapp. I really did. I had my hair blonde, and it was horrible.
Dude, Anasis. This is a blast from the past, baby. Man, I forgot about that.
Because I can tell you guys are having a hard time with Allan getting, you guys haven't been on for a while, so you can't let Allan on for 3 minutes by himself. But we'll have you on because you keep Allan
Young.
right to the facts, right?
Oh, okay, yeah, right to the facts. That's what I'm going to say.
So Allan, so you started then, and was there a central influence on a guy that got you started? Was it those guys that just gave you a chance just because you were around and faithful?
Yeah, I mean, there was a guy named Ray. He actually played bass with me for a long time. He's a lot older than me. He was kind of like a father figure. And yeah, he played with me for quite a while. And then it just encouraged me to keep going, keep moving in that direction. And then eventually I met the guys, and over a pretty short period of time, I met these guys. And it's like the whole band was recreated. And that really started happening around 2010 or so. And then the guys just kind of came along the way within a couple year window. And since then, it's just been, the current guys I have, they all smell, and their clothes.
Here they come. Here they're going to come back.
They smell. Our van usually looks like Matt and Jared's apartment, which is a level away from being condemned by.
I got to chime in here. Our apartment is spotless. Okay.
Hey, you know what? Matt lived with me for 6 months, and
I'm chiming in here too.
I had to fumigate.
Our apartment is spotless.
Our apartment is
I know this is live. I know this is
so
live.
glad that you guys did your yearly cleaning.
I know this is live, but we don't want to. We're not going to have them take us a tour on the house live. It's not going to happen. So there's probably all kinds of things festering in there. But
there is, Bob. There's this one time where I actually had to go live in their house, and I was trying to keep the camera away from.
No. What you did was you took it directly into our fridge. which, you know, it doesn't get cleaned out very often. There's a lot of leftovers.
Smelling bad in there, Bob. I mean, it smelled a step away from a morgue.
Should we see their fridge, do you think? Do you want to see their fridge tonight?
Well, I can. I mean, I can't bring my fridge over to my iMac.
We're not going to do, we're not going to, yeah, your portable laptop.
Our fridge is like 4 Papa John's boxes and like
It does.
soda.
So guys, I've talked to Allan about this, but I might be surprising you guys with this, but what's your high point of the band? I'll start with Allan because maybe he has thought about this a little bit more, but what's your high point as a band, as either as friends or as the band, or, you know, just in relationship, or at an event, what's your high point?
It's so funny. There's just so many stories. I mean, you know, in terms of like playing for people, I think the biggest crowd we ever played in front of, which was a high point, would be at a festival in 2017. And it was like 15 or 20,000 people. And that was exciting, nervous. And, but there's a lot of other things that are like higher points that aren't necessarily like the crowd stuff. I mean, one of the highest points in the band for me was when Connor Williams, who plays bass, lost a bet and had to run for about a quarter mile in front of the van in just his boxers and shoes and a fedora. And that was a high point for me. And we got it on camera, actually.
Did you?
Yeah. And
I've never seen Connor move that fast.
Oh, he was.
There's all kinds of shenanigans out there. What about you and Jared, Matt?
I would say that for me,
besides being on the bus with me,
yeah, I mean that everything's working down from there. So
thank you.
No, I would say that for me, a high point, obviously, yeah, getting to play in front of a bunch of people and things like that. But I think it's more of just like a general like brotherhood for me, where like just as time goes and the longer that we're around each other and that we tour together, we become just more like brothers, you know, and the fact that there's, you know, 4 other guys that are always there to bounce ideas off of if you're going through hard times. One of the low points and high points for me at the same time, you know, has come through people in the band confronting me about things and, you know, just being there and guiding me through life. So yeah,
that's why we thought we were going to confront you about something tonight.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Now moving to Jared, besides handling the plexiglass, wrapping,
that is a high point.
What other high points have there been?
Let's see. So yeah, I mean, obviously every show I feel like is a high point. It's so fun to just get out there and play. But what I'm like super excited for is Allan's a foodie. He loves to get food. He loves to get good food. Sometimes bad food, but you never really know because he doesn't know.
Depends on what Chinese restaurants open at 11 p.m., right?
That's true. Yeah, we get all done, torn out of there, and we go to a place that is random usually, and we have no idea if it's gonna be good or bad. And food. This is at like 11 at night, and it's normally greasy and very unhealthy. And then we go directly to sleep, which means you wake up and you feel like crap, but it's okay. You know, I get over it. But I love doing that. I love going to go get food. But yeah, shows, just meeting people, getting to hear, you know, what's going on in their life. And yeah, I love doing like youth events recently. We've been doing a lot of those, and just getting to connect with the kids is cool. Yeah,
good thing we're on a time delay so that all the 4-letter words, you know, won't get dropped out of the thing, you know, that anyway, so we are going to play 2 Truths and a Lie a little later on in the program. Now, the reason to look forward to that is because we have been trying to solve it's been a mystery of about 6 weeks now of who put ghost pepper, whatever that hot sauce was, in Matt Rigner, tour manager's, ministry director's.
This hot sauce was called The End, and it is the 6th hottest hot sauce in the world. It had 6 million Scoville units.
Which is manly. I mean, you guys love that. I was
The
going for
the
this.
hottest pepper in the world just has over 2 million Scoville
It's
units.
like 2.4.
Yeah.
So how do you get hotter than that? Let me ask you that.
Extract. They get
It's capsaicin. They take
Ah,
the chemical that makes the pepper hot and they concentrate it, and then they mix other stuff into it. It's nasty.
We basically know that Allan did it, but Allan's the kind of person that will do stuff and then never admit it. So you can't really laugh about it because it's just like, what happened. So
And here's Bob.
tonight I've lured Allan on to play 2 truths and a lie very strategically, so that one of his things has to be, I put the end in Matt's hummus. He's gonna
Yes.
have to come clean as to whether that's the truth.
yeah.
the bottom of it.
You'll
Or a
find-
lie.
you'll
So we're
find
gonna
out tonight.
before that, we have something kind of exciting. I called Allan up a few nights ago and said, "Do you have a new music video out or whatever?" He said, "It's not until April, the end of April, right, Allan?
Yeah, April 28th is when it's coming out.
But
Yep.
you're gonna show it to us tonight,
Yeah.
just to the Born to Be Brave people. And why don't you tell us about it and set it up, and then we're gonna play it."
Yeah, so the end of 2019, we were doing this youth conference, and I just wanted to kind of capture. I decided, I think it was like a week before we actually did the event, and I was like, you know what, let's shoot a music video. So we got a camera crew up there and recorded a music video, and just kind of wanted to capture a live experience. It was a lot of fun. First time in my life that I ever crowd surfed, and I'm lucky. If I was as old as you, Bob, I would have broken my pelvis.
When I get older, I want to grow up to be just like Allan. That's why he's always a part of my background screen.
Oh, perfect.
My hero. And I cover him up.
Yep.
Cover him up. So Allan, let's play this. You guys are real rock stars in here. This is a great video. I've seen snippets of it. So let's play it. We'll see what happens.
I've heard the sound of a million voices speaking out. You're not worth it. You never change. You always be the same. I felt the doubt, but that's not me now, 'cause I am who I am because of what he's done. He has made me new. I will rise above, love made whole, set free. I choose to believe. Can you hear the sound? No one lies on me. When the road is long and it's not easy to believe you are for me. Give me eyes to see. You gave it all for me. I felt the doubt, but that's not me now, 'cause I am who I am because of what he's done. He has made me new. I will rise above, love made whole, set free. I choose to believe. Can you hear the sound? Lies on me, yeah. No one lies on me, yeah. of the audience. All right, here's the truth. I've never crowd surfed before. So if you drop me, it's gonna hurt. You guys gonna catch me? All right, everyone get it like this. Watch your phone. Watch your phone. All right, put up your hands like this.
Yeah, that was great, man. That's a good video.
Thanks, man. It was a lot of fun to make.
That must be weird to jump out in the crowd like that.
Well, it's a leap of faith.
Did you hit? Do you hit harder? I guess it's all.
No, man. It's you just that it. No, it was like a cushion. Like I didn't know what was going to happen, but then I just felt the lift, and I was like, all right, we're gonna be okay.
Wow. All right. I'm gonna have. We have a few requests here. We have a request for you to play a song. Obviously, we don't have the whole band together.
Right.
But we do have a song that you're working on later for just a few minutes from now, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Just on the keyboard in your house. So that'll be cool. And right now we're gonna have Evan come on. Evan, all the way from South Carolina, gonna lead Two Truths and a Lie. I'm really excited about this. I'm gonna go back in the back.
All right.
Watch how this unfolds.
You're an instigator, Bob. I know you're up to something.
All right.
No. So here's the thing, just in case anybody in the audience doesn't understand how the game works, we're going to go one by one, Matt, Jared, then Allan, in that order, so that's okay with you guys. And the way it will work is they'll say three statements. Two of them are true, one is not true. Then we'll check the feed to see what people think for a second, and then we'll let you reveal which one was actually the truth, okay? So everybody's got to use their senses to see how honest these guys are. Obviously, the guys are trying to fool you, maybe not. But guys, you do have two truths and one lie for each one, correct?
Yes, correct.
Perfect. Matt, you're leading us off.
All righty. I actually haven't thought about them till right now, so here we go.
Beautiful.
All right. The first one is that I have been skydiving. And do I tell them if it's a truth or not?
No, you got it.
Continue on. You say all three, and then they'll vote, and then you'll reveal the truth.
Oh,
There's
okay,
only
okay.
like one-
So,
there's only like one rule here. Just you say your three statements. That's all you got to know.
okay, sweet. I have been skydiving. I often break strings when I play live. And I have two nephews.
All right, so Matt's got skydiving, number one, break strings on his guitar, or he has two nephews. On the feed, if you could just give us a few things about what you think are the lie, just the lie. Let's see what we get. We'll give him just a second to feel that out. And actually, we'll come back to you at the end. That way we can see what the
Okay.
feed felt, okay? So then, Jared, let's go to you and give your three statements, and I'll come back and we'll go with those. So Jared, what three do you have?
All right. So my first one is that I traveled to Mexico in a U-Haul. My second,
Inside the U-Haul?
well, in the passenger seat.
Okay.
My second is that I didn't poop for a week and a half one time. And my third is that I broke my foot 3 times in one day.
Man, those are
Hey.
we have stepped up a level.
Those are good.
Yeah, those are so we got Mexico in a U-Haul, which is
Yep.
every person's dream. No poop for a week and a half.
Yep, 10
That's a
days.
nightmare. And then we've got broke foot 3 times in one day. All right, those are your 3 statements. Let's let the feeds come in, let them guess a little bit on that one. Allan, your turn.
All right, I'm ready. Okay, here are my 3 statements. 1, I used to have a killer mullet.
Ooh.
Okay.
That was already mentioned in the comments. Just so you know, someone asked if you had a mullet.
Well, I mean, I'm working on one right now just because I haven't been able to get my hair cut. But I used to have a killer mullet is my first statement. The second one is that I have fallen through a skylight. That's my statement. I've fallen through a
stealing
skylight.
diamonds?
Right. The third one is I dumped a bunch of hot sauce into Matt Rigner, our tour manager's hummus when we were on tour on the coronavirus US Northwest tour. We
All
just
right.
got off of.
So that's been like a hot point tonight. Obviously, we got the mullet for Allan, falling through a skylight, which is like something you see when people steal diamonds. I just don't know about that one. And then dumped the hot sauce into the.
Well, that has to be true.
The 6th hottest one in the world.
So we know that's true.
Yeah, sorry. So we've got a few here. So what we're going to do is, obviously, the only thing I see on the feed is that there's no way that Jared broke his foot 3 times. Like, that's very not believable. So we'll start, though, with Matt. Matt, yours was a little shaky. It was back and forth. We had a couple that said different things. All right, so Matt's were skydiving. Yeah, skydiving. No, Matt, what are yours? Skydiving?
Yeah, mine was, I have been skydiving, and that I break strings, and that I have 2 nephews.
Okay, so let's reveal the truth. We'll give you a little drum roll back here.
Alrighty. I do have 2 nephews. One is 3 years old and one is just under 1 year old, and I love them both. The lie is that I have not been skydiving, although I did book an appointment, and then I wussed out. And then, yeah, I do break strings pretty often when I play.
Got it. Well, that hair would look fantastic skydiving, Matt. It would be wild. All right, Jared, let's go. Yours are, let me see, I wrote them over on this side. Oh yeah, Mexico and the U-Haul. Some people don't believe that on the feed already. Wow. No poop for a week and a half. I don't think that even got a vote. I guess people know you got a serious system. But a lot think the lie was broke foot 3 times. So Jared, what's the truth and what's the lie?
Okay, well, it is true that I didn't poop for a week and a half. I was on some medication after surgery, and it just wouldn't come out. So my mom, being the gracious woman that she is, called into the doctor and said, my kid is having problems and you got to get him some medicine. So they gave me some laxatives.
He called in
that
that
came
way
out
a lot.
after 10 days. What?
I called that doctor a lot. My kid's having problems and needs some medication.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot of calls over the years. The other one that I broke my foot 3 times in one day, that is true. It was all in the same accident, but what ended up happening was I was looking for bugs whenever I was younger with my friend in the side of this like hill, and we were like trying to get this rock like out of the way so we could get some bugs and like collect them and feed them to a lizard.
Yeah.
And it just came off, and this huge rock came down, landed in my foot, and it broke it in 3 places. So that is true. And the lie is that I have not been in a U-Haul to Mexico. I've never been to Mexico.
Evan, I'm always amazed at what people's like lies are.
Yeah.
Like you just came up with, I was in a Mexico in a U-Haul. That was the lie.
I think it's really a lifetime dream of his.
Didn't
It has been for a while.
3 times in the same day? 3 different times in a day?
What'd you say?
Broke your foot 3 times.
Yeah, it's obvious Jared is quite the wordsmith, because see, he worded that very meticulous to where people wouldn't believe that. Because if he just said, I broke my foot in 3 places, easily believable. But he went with 3 times. Jared.
Those were good. I mean, those are 3 pretty. It was hard to tell what was the lie in that mix. That was good.
Absolutely. And Jared, you also are teaching the kids life lessons. Kids, after procedures, you'll be medicated. And you might have some backup. You might have some problems.
You need to call a doctor.
Life lessons. Thanks for sharing those, Jared. Now, the mullet starting off strong, Allan, with the mullet. and then fell through the skylight, and then the hot sauce incident. So, Allan, break it down. It's the moment of truth.
Okay, so it is true that I had a killer mullet. I mean, I was born in 1980, you know, and it was like
We need pictures of that.
I got some pictures.
It didn't happen. Pixar, it didn't happen.
I have a picture. I have a picture of. I've been wondering all night who Allan reminds you of tonight. You ever had that feeling when you know somebody reminds you of somebody?
You better not pull up a picture of Doogie Howser.
Is it Joe Dirt?
That's who it is. I can show this.
Oh,
You
oh,
can't-
there you go.
Can you see?
You
it?
have to switch your background.
Oh, let me get up. Let me get that off because I think this is who it's been reminding me of right here.
Oh, I'm seeing a little bit.
This guy right here.
Oh, yes.
Move up close to the Allan. Move up close to the screen there. Now get your hair down because that's what's get your hair down low. It reminded me of that. It's on fire, but let's go back. We're close to the suspense here being broken.
You know, okay, so the second one,
Oh, boy.
I did fall through a skylight.
Oh,
That's sweet.
Oh,
I fell through a skylight when I was 12 years old because I was being a boy, I was being irresponsible, and I crawled on top of a building. It was actually the State College Area High School South building, which doesn't exist anymore. And I stepped on a skylight and I fell right through down to the mezzanine floor.
How were you on the roof? You were on the
I
roof?
crawled up, Bob. I crawled up.
This is part
That
of your-
is, listen, any sons that are watching, that is a bad thing to do.
yeah.
I don't recommend it. It's just it doesn't feel good when you land. You drop 12 feet. It's bad. But the third thing though is a lie.
oh, no.
No.
I'm standing here on TV. I've been blamed by everybody. Now I personally think it was either Jared or Matt and Jared. There was some kind of like little thing going on there,
Oh,
or it
please.
was Bob.
It wasn't me. I
Uh-huh.
want to know, Matt and Jared, was it one of you? It's time.
It was
It
not.
was
It was
not
not.
me, man. It was not me.
I got to bring the rest of the people from that bus on here and play two truths and a lie with them. We're all
Maybe,
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to.
maybe
Or you
You
Matt-
might have to bring out a polygraph test. That might be one of a whole night of truth, Bob.
gonna-
Just a night of
I can't
truth.
believe Allan fell through a skylight. That is sweet.
I did. I
Yeah.
fell through the skylight. That was the first of many brain cells that I lost.
And what was your lie?
My lie was that I put hot sauce in Matt's hummus.
Oh, right. Who I forget? Who said? Okay. All right. That's a fun game. That's a good game with a band.
That is a good game.
So we're gonna play right now. We're gonna hear right now. We're gonna have a little Devo, just a few minutes with Evan talking about your song.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go off the screen here and let Evan share a little bit of biblical truth with us. And after that, hang on because Allan's gonna play. It's like a draft of your song, Allan. We're still working on it.
Yeah, it's a song I'm still working on. But I have all the parts for it, and I'm gonna try to play it. I honestly just started playing piano in January, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
This is exciting. That's cool. It'll be great for the students and the dads to hear the song in progress, and then later on, when you release it, you make sure we get back to them. So, all right, go ahead, Evan.
So we've already learned a lot of light lessons already, and part of our broadcast here that we want to do is we want to bring things to real life. And I think that Allan, who's written music now for a very long time, when he writes songs, one of the things biblically we see in the Old Testament is that when we write songs and sing to God, He likes that. One verse we're going to look at a few things tonight, but Psalm 100 tells us, it says, serve the Lord with gladness and come before Him with joyful songs. Now, when I think of the songs that I used to sing when I was your age, I wasn't a Christ follower. So there's a lot of songs in my head that aren't joyful to the Lord. But that is not the design of what God wants. He wants songs that glorify Him. And Allan, we thank you for writing songs like that. But then when you transition over to the New Testament, here's the thing. Things don't change. Ephesians chapter 5, we shared a verse with you guys actually a couple days ago. about being imitators of God. Following up in that passage, he's talking about ways we imitate God. And this is one. He said, speak to one another in psalms. This is Ephesians 5, verse 17 and 18. He says, speak to each other in songs, psalms, hymns, spiritual songs, singing, making music. And listen close to this part. He says, making music with your heart for the Lord. And I think that, we input a lot of things. Kids, you guys input tons of data. In doing some research this week, I'm researching for something else. And it basically, if you could put your memory together, you hold over 300 years worth of television shows nonstop fit in your head. But lots of these are songs because you know what? They have rhymes and they're put to a beat, and we tend to remember those more. All right. But that last verse talked about how songs are what comes from the heart. And then if we continue on through God's word, Luke tells us out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth is what speaks. And I love that verse because basically that's telling us what the inside is going to come outside. So as Christ follows, it's good that some of the music we're putting in is Christ-like. Some of the music we're putting in is things that glorify God. And so Allan, thank you for doing those things. And kids, to y'all, my message is this. My son, he plays on a basketball team with some guys, and basically he's 12 years old. So they're to the point now where they put those ear pods in and they warm up before the game and do all that stuff. Well, they share ear pods sometimes. And I said, no, what's so-and-so's ear pods got on? He's like, whoa, Dad, it's pretty serious. Like, those are ear pods I can't be putting in. And he knows that because he knows that the things he wants to put in are Christ things and not necessarily worldly things. Not saying all secular music is bad, but Noah already knows to be filling himself with music that glorifies God. So Allan, thanks for using God to let him use you in this way. Thank you guys in the band. Musical talent is something I don't have. So I love you guys for sharing that tool with kids and bringing it home. So Bob, let's go ahead and get Allan back on and see what we got.
All right. Hey, thanks. Have you done a great job in being able to crystallize things really succinctly and still tied into our lesson.
Appreciate it.
In the chat, I'm going to put Allan on the spot here. I want to know if you want Allan back on a regular basis because they've been a lot of fun. So Allan, I think he'll come back on if you voted in because he's fun to have on there. So they were voting on lies. Did they get them right, Evan, in the chat?
So obviously some people did. The tricky one was everybody thought that U-Haul, he dominated that game, and then I think because of the sauce, everybody thought that was the lie. So that was kind of a skewed game, kind of tricky to figure that one out. But there were votes all across the board.
All right, good. Thanks for playing, guys. Allan, let's go right to your new song here. Thanks for sharing it with us. I know it's not totally done, but I'll let you go, okay?
Sure. So this song, I started writing it before this whole COVID thing started happening. And then I was just writing about other stuff. But I think as we got into this whole season, the song really began to take on different meaning. And so I'm going to play it for you. It's called Hold It All. And Jared and I actually were working on this when we were on tour. And then I finished it up yesterday. I think I finished it. It's ever changing, but so I'll play it for you guys. And I don't play piano, by the way, so just a warning. All right, here we go. Holding on to the pieces you get, gotta spin all the plates in your life. Whoops. Try it again. Holding on to the pieces you get, gotta spin all the plates you got left. Gonna make everything come out right, gonna show everyone your fight. Saves for the weak, no rest for the weary. These are the lies that we don't believe. You don't have to hold it all together. You don't have to hold it all. He's holding on to you. He's holding on to you. You don't have to figure it out, work it all out. You don't have to have a big plan as fast as you can. You're gonna see him move. He's holding on to you. For the broken low, once he had it, been running on low and he had it. For the single mom in a panic, trying to figure it out, he's holding on to you. You don't have to hold it all together. You don't have to hold it all, hold it all. He's holding on to you. He's holding on to you. You don't have to figure it out, work it all out. You don't have to have a big plan as fast as you can. You're gonna see him move. He's holding on to you. The God who's making the mountains move, he's holding on to you. Watch what he'll do, yeah. The God who speaks to the waves and wind, he's gonna move again. This is not the end. The God who's making the mountains move, he's holding on to you. Watch what he'll do, yeah. The God who speaks to the wave and wind, he's gonna move again. This is not the end. You don't have to hold it all together. You don't have to hold it all, hold it all. He's holding on to you. He's holding on to you. You don't have to figure it out, work it all out. You don't have to have a big plan as fast as you can. You're gonna see him move. He's holding on to you. So that's it. That's Hold It All. And I just finished that song yesterday. So
Wow, that was great. Hey, Allan, I know you're a perfectionist
Awesome.
at the shows, so thanks for putting that on the live stream. That's got to be a hard thing to.
yeah, well, next time hopefully we'll have Jared playing the keys on it.
That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
You
He
guys
can
could
actually
actually
play.
play.
Well,
You could play together on live stream.
No, there's a lag. There's a distance thing. So
There's a way to do it with different technology though. I saw for King Country they just did a whole thing and it was all shot simultaneously, all webcams, and it sounded sick.
really,
Were
that's
they
dope.
separate in their houses?
Yeah, they're all in their houses.
See, I missed that because I thought it was called Forking and Country.
Mm.
I didn't realize. I didn't even know what. I thought it was about silverware.
Hey Bob, I got to go. I have an appointment. It's almost 2:30.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go at 2:30.
Hey, you
Last
know,
time to go to the dentist is at 2:30. 2:30.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear anything else about my hair on this stream because I went into the barber the other day
the office.
and I went in and they were like, "Sorry, sir, we don't have any scissors here." And I was like, "This place is shearless."
There you go, shearless. We had some good ones. We got some good ones. So we were at Santa Barbara, and they had just had a big tropical storm there that took out one of the docks and stuff, and they were peerless. So that was
Fearless.
Yeah, Bob can always get a dad joke in there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And this is true. I think Matt came up with this. We had a problem on the tour where we had transmission oil leaking. We thought the transmission was going out. We had to take it to the garage. And I think it was Matt that came up with this. Wasn't it, Matt?
maybe.
You remember what it was?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we were.
That was awesome.
Well, Bob, ever since I was 21 and, God set me free from that lifestyle of drug addiction and stuff, I've been beerless.
Oh,
Really?
Ooh, very good.
That's good.
Now, that might be a little mature content, but,
I was thinking you might have been tearless.
and you're beerless too, Bob, because you're Baptist,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
He's definitely beerless. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Bob
look,
is beardless. He's beardless.
Bob, the one thing for sure is this chat has been straight fire to have these guys back. So Allan already said, that he thinks next time. So that means there probably will be a next time. So guys, we want to just thank y'all for coming out tonight. It's been fantastic.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, Allan, can you bring your meerkat on next time, your pet meerkat?
My pet meerkat? No, I'm mirrorless, Bob.
Ah, all right. Evan,
Never
take us
stop.
out and talk about
All right,
Thursday.
see you guys.
Yeah, so tonight was great, but Thursday we also have another good show planned for you guys. It's going to be video game night. So we have some good video game reviews for some kids and some older folks maybe. So we're going to look at some video games, the evolution of video games. It's going to be a fun night. So if you like them, tell a friend, come check us out Thursday night.
Thursday night, 7:30. Thanks for joining us, everybody. It's been really fun, guys. Thanks for taking your 20 minutes I asked you for, Allan. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's fun, Bob. I'm gonna miss you. I'm gonna miss you after this, Bob, but I'm still gonna be tearless. So.
All right, take care, guys. See y'all guys later. Good job.